All right, sports fans, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge. Once again, thank you so much. Talking Oriole baseball tonight, guys. Oriole baseball. I got something up for the Miami Dolphins, but that's on a later date. All right, good game for the Orioles, winning the rubber match versus the Minnesota Twin, 8-6. I'll give you the box scores, the pitching, everything that went on today's game. But one thing I'm noticing, guys, that the Orioles struck out again 12 more times today. Uh, they have been striking out a lot. Uh, that is a concern for the team. I guess it's only 3 games, not to worry about it. You know why? Because they have slugglers in their team. But let me give you the actual game today. By the way, Pete Alonso had a good game. Gunnar Henderson had a hit, which I'm glad that these guys finally scored with the runner in scoring position. I am so happy they did that, which that's something they struggled last year, but today they did a better job. Let me get to the numbers here for a second, guys. I want to get the stats here. I'm gonna go with the scoreboard right here. Orioles won 8-6. As you see, 6 runs, 12 hits for Minnesota, 8 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for the Orioles. So they won 8-6. So this is going to be not a long video, guys. So I'll give you some stats that you're going to look that really have concern with the pitching staff also. But bias will open up tomorrow when they face the Texas Rangers, and we'll talk about the upcoming schedule for the Orioles. I am, proud what I'm seeing with Pete Alonso lately. Pete Alonso, I know everybody wants to hit his first home run. Yeah, they came back. They were losing. They came back. Won 8-6 today. They were down 4-0. But listen, what I like about Pete Alonso, he's not going against the fence. He's just trying to get his base hits here, his RBIs here, and then he gets comfortable at the plate. The moment he gets comfortable, look out. But the Orioles did win. They're 2-1, and the American League East Division, once again, it's early, only 3 games. And by the way, congratulations to the Florida Marlins. The Marlins swept, the Rockies. Now, you're going to say the Rockies not a good team, but they also came back in the bottom of the ninth and won it with a 2-run homer. So exciting baseball today. I'll give you some scoreboard first, and then we'll get into the Orioles stats. So earlier today, we had Tampa finally winning the first game of the season, I think 11-7 over St. Louis. That was a good game for Tampa. I'm happy for them. We have Washington beating the Cubs 6-3. We have the White Sox losing to Milwaukee 9-7. We have Houston beating, yeah, that's nice. Tampa won finally. Then we have Miami beating Colorado 4-3. That was a dramatic fashion. Then we have Pittsburgh winning 4-3, winning the first game of the season also against the Mets. The Angels did lose against Houston. That was the first loss. Boston lost to Cincinnati 3-2. Toronto once again, last year champ, American League champ, won again against the Athletic 5-2. We have Texas beating Philadelphia 8-3. Then we have Kansas City finally winning 4-1 in Atlanta. And then tonight we have Cleveland at Seattle. They just started top of the third. They're scoreless. And once again, the Orioles won 8-6. So here's all the standings, early standings, okay? Yankees are 3-0. Yankee, by the way, only allowed 1 run in the last 24 innings. So their pitching staff is great. Toronto is 3-0 also. They beat the Athletics. The Orioles are 2-1. Like I said, winning the rubber match today, 8-6. And then you have Boston at 1-2 and Tampa at 1-2. Early, 2 games out, 160 more games to go. So I'm not worried about the standings. We have to have patience and wait to see what happens. All right, then we have in the Central Cleveland 2-1, Detroit 2-1, Kansas City 1-2, Minnesota 1-2, the White Sox unfortunately 0-3. Texas is 2-1, Houston is 2-2, the Angels are 2-2, Seattle is 1-2, and the Athletics is 0-3. That is your American side of the baseball. On the national side, the Marlins, for the first time, they're 3-0, 3-0 start, by the way. Great season for them so far, young team. This is what I like about young team, hungry team. Atlanta is 2-1, followed by the Mets 2-1. Then comes Washington 2-1, and then Philadelphia, which is incredible, 1-2. But once again, it's early. In the Central, you have Milwaukee, that's 3-0. You got Cincinnati 2-1, St. Louis 2-1, the Cubs 1-2, and Pittsburgh 1-2. In the West, of course, Dodgers 3-0, San Diego 1-2, Arizona, Colorado, and San Francisco, all of them 0-3. So that is your baseball standings. Well, let me go back to the Orioles for a second, because this is a stats that really got me going from yesterday and today. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. So the Orioles had 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. And Hensley, by the way, got his second save of the game. Now, there were 9 total calls, which is the challenges. 9. It led to an ejection by the manager of the Minnesota Twins. This balls and strikes, guys. I watched probably the whole game. That's why I didn't win live, because I want to see how the system work. It is tough because the catcher could call it and don't agree with it and tell the umpire, or they could check for replay and see where the ball goes. If the fraction of the ball hits that square, there's a square, it's like a batter's box, but it's a square in front of the batter, where it times the ball, when it's a curveball, slider, or whatever you want to call it, screwball, knuckler, that little screen right there, that little screen would detect the ball. Once the ball hits at least one fracture of that line, it is considered a strike. So it is a tough, probably, decision to call balls and strikes, because it could go either way if the umpire could decide it. But yeah, they have instant replay, but they check the box, which is crazy. No, I haven't got to that. No, I haven't heard yet, but I'll see who it is, by the way. But it is incredible, the challenges about this balls and strikes. That is going to bring a controversy. I mean, the Orioles, there were 9 challenges in that game today. 9. My God, we only have, 3 in football? Or 2 in football, whatever it is, or 2 challenges in football. The bad thing about these challenges, if you win, you still keep all 2 of them to the rest of the game. If you lose them all. Now it's between you and the umpire. That is the most difficult thing I ever seen. Let me give you some stats for the Orioles. All right. For the Orioles, Tyler Ward, he was 1 for 4 with a run score, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He's only batting 91 this season. It's early. Gunnar Henderson was, I'm shocked, batting 083, guys. He was 1 for 4 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run score. Pete Alonso, 273. With 2 hits today, got his first RBI. He walked. He did not strike out at all. He put the ball in play. Mountcastle is 0 for 3. He's batting 250. Adley Rushman came out as a pinch hitter. He got a double and an RBI in the game. Then we have Marcelo, the catcher, first baseman. He plays both positions, batting 200. He was 1 for 3. O'Neill, man, this is the guy that had a good spring out there in Sarasota. He's batting 286. He hit a 3-run homer. He had 2 runs scored. He was 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer and a walk. Kobe Mayo also had a good game, 2 for 4, 1 RBI, 1 run score. He's batting 222. Beaver, he was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, which it was a 2-out double. And I'll give you the Orioles with runner in scoring position, they did good today. I think they were 5 for 8, and that's what I'm looking for. I love the stats, but at the same time, I'm looking for, can they hit with runner in scoring position? Now, some pitchers, once again, it hurt the Orioles today. The walk turned into runs. So we had Tavares came in as a pinch runner. He only played the outfield. Jeremiah Jackson, 1 for 3. He's batting 429 with 2 Ks. He had a base hit. Alexander also came in and pitch hit. He was 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter. And then he relieved Jackson at second base. Pitching, Baez, 5 and 1/3 inning, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 strikeouts. Okay, no walks. That was great. But then Wolfman came in, had 2 Ks, a third of an inning. Gerardo and Wells gave up 5 walks in less than 2/3 of an inning, which that led to 2 runs. And this is what's going to hurt the Orioles this season if they continue doing this. So you have Cano, who pitched a good game, and then Hensley got his second save of the season. Now, the controversial thing is these calls. I mean, this, for me, it is an issue because it could cause a problem when it comes to a game down the wire. Why? I mean, these calls were kind of tough today. I mean, I was looking at it, and I noticed they're looking at that little box and that ball that rolls in the middle. If it's inside the box, it's a strike regardless. But when the ball goes outside the box, if it tips one corner or one little, like, it could be inches of touching that square, it is considered a strike. Now, some Orioles got strike out today, and they were upset, they were mad, and I understand their frustration. Both sides for both teams. There were tough calls that were called in the game, but listen, that is part of the game. By the way, going back to the Orioles, struck out 12 times, okay? And then they struck out, believe it or not, 16 times yesterday. So that is a concern. Now, going back to Aquaville was saying about the catcher that got hit, or the catcher that took a fastball. Let me get to that because I saw something about it and then I stopped reading about it. But yes, there was a catcher that got. Let me see who it is, Aquaville, because I read it and then I ignored it. I should ignore it, but and I'll give you some Major League Baseball scores in a few minutes, which I did earlier. But I'm gonna give you some Major League Baseball scores and what happened around the league. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about, yeah. That's what I'm looking for here. I saw the news, but I didn't get into it. But I heard about it. Well, I guess my thing just went down. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. Don't know why it's not coming out. I had it. I had it. I was reading it earlier. I don't know where it came. Let me see where if I get it here. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm trying to get the article. I know I read it, but now I can't find the article. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, let me see this here. If I find it, I'll let you know. But yeah, man, this going back to what I was telling you earlier, man. These calls that they do in the Major League Baseball, guys, it's tough. No, it's okay. You don't apologize because no, I was reading about it and I was going to talk about it, but now I can't remember where I put it at because I was going to talk about it because I was going to talk about injuries too because the Orioles did suffer an injury in pitching today. Let me see if I can find it. Wait, let me see if I can see it now. That was the guy with the Angels, right? Was it the Angel guy? I think it was the Angels. Let me see. I want to be sure. It's the. Let me see. Hold on a second. I know I saw it, man. I know I saw it. I was listen. Don't worry, Aquaville. I was reading that. I just can't. I can't find it now. I think was it the Angels? Hold on. Let me see. All right, this could be it. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, give me. It's here somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know where it went. I know I had it here somewhere. Actually, listen, I was reading it. Definitely, I was reading it. Something about the groin. Yeah, I was reading that too, but I said, man, should I bring it up? But that was. I do remember. Was it the Angel? Was it the Angel game or was it the Dodger game? I know it's somebody that got hurt. Okay, let me see here. Oh, that's not it. I guess I lost it here, man. I don't know where it went. I know I had it here because I was gonna read about it. Yeah, see if you can look at because I had it here. I don't know where it went, but yeah. But anyhow, just let me know. I'll post it up here. But listen, I'm glad that the Tampa Bay won their season opener. I mean, they're not season opener. They're the first game of the season. Now they're heading home for the season opener. So, all right, let me get back here for a second. All right, so going back to the Orioles, once again, struck out 12 times today, 16 times yesterday. So it concern, yes, it is a concern because I know they have, once again, I'm gonna repeat myself, they have home run hitters and all that, but listen, now you're gonna face teams, you're gonna have to hit the ball, okay? Because now you got the Texas Ranger coming up. That was Tampa, but yeah, that's it. I knew it was. I think it was Tampa. I knew it was Tampa. It was Tampa or Dodgers. It was somebody that. Let me see right here. Let me get the guy. Hold on. You found it, all right? Let me look. See, I don't know why my is not coming out. Is that crazy or what? It's not even on my side. It says here latest rates, injuries, and transaction. And right now, I don't even have not even the catcher here. I have Edwin and Jake. That's it. All right. So something must be wrong here. Let me go to the injury report. That's crazy. All right. The only wow. Well, so I got every team now. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see what happens here. You believe it's not on my side? You found it on your catcher, and I can even find myself here on. Wow, that's incredible. And I have MOB right here, and I don't even see it. That is crazy. You know what it says here? Nick Forte was placed on a 10-day injury list with a left oblique, and he played for the Marlins. So how in the world do they got him here as a Marlin when he plays with Tampa? This is crazy. Yeah, they got him here as a. Listen, there it goes. Now I see it. The catcher. Yeah, he'll be. But see, they don't have his injury here. You believe that? They don't have his injury here. That's crazy, man. And I read it today. Wow. I don't know. It says here they have him as a Marlin. They don't have it as a Tampa Bay. Now, when I go to Tampa, it says here Forte is on the bench for the second straight matchup, with both coming against right-handed starting pitching. The left-handed hitting Hunter could be the Rays' preferred catcher versus righties. Doesn't have no injuries. It says Nick Forte is on the bench for the second time. You believe that? It doesn't have no injury on my side. I'm gonna go to injury depth because I'm on the Rays website. Wow, that is weird. But that's not me. That's actually the I guess the system. But yeah, let me get to what I was saying. But yeah, I did heard that he did. But listen, I don't have him here. That's the most weird thing, buddy. I don't know if it's not updated yet, but it's not giving me anything. That's crazy. That's hilarious. So the Orioles will play Texas. They'll got Texas next tomorrow. By the way, they don't rest. So I'm gonna look at their schedule right now, and then the upcoming schedule. All right, so they have the Rangers at 6:35 tomorrow, and then they got the Rangers on Tuesday. Let me see if it has the starting pitching already. Man, I don't need promotion. This is amazing how they have the printers for their schedule. All right, here we go. Let me see if this print. That'd be nice if it prints. Okay. It says my printer needs my attention. Let's see. All right, let's try it again. That's weird. How's your day going, by the way? That is weird, man. Okay. Let me take this off. What the heck happened to my printer? Oh, well. That'll be okay. Let me get back to my baseball. All right, so the Orioles won 8-6. Garcia was the winning pitcher. Abel was the losing pitcher for the Twins. The Orioles do play tomorrow versus Texas. It'll be Leiter versus Bassett. Orioles 2-1, Texas 2-1, 6:35 p.m. That is going to be your starting pitcher for those games tomorrow. Well, first game tomorrow. Wow. Well, that's good. You spend time with the family. That's what counts, buddy. That's what counts. I'm trying to look at a video. They got one of my videos on hold. I don't know why, but hey. But anyhow, there is. Let me get to my scoreboard here. Let me see if I got a message board here. Give me a second. Let me get to my Orioles win. That is the Orioles win. And that is the pitching. And let me get to the batter here. So the batters. This is the game today, guys. That I was telling you early. What Ward did in the game. What Henderson did in the game. Pete Alonso did in the game. These are their stats. Their box score of the players. And I'm going to get into the pitching for a second so you can see where I'm coming from when it comes for the pitching. So in the pitching, which I'm going to get to that stats in a few minutes. That is your score. All right. let me get to here for a second so you guys can understand what's this. Okay, so the Orioles, with runner in scoring position, they were 5 for 8. They left 6 men on base. The Twins were 4 for 13. They left 10 men on base. So that's a good news. Today we had a double for Mayo and Rushman. Homer for O'Neill, his first of the year. That was in the 4th inning with 2 on. And basically that was the key right there. They were trailing 4-0, made it 4-3, and they came back. Now I'm going to go to the pitching staff for a second so you guys can see the pitching staff here. All right, here's the pitchers. Here's where I have concern, guys. Looking at the Orioles right now. The Orioles use 7 pitchers today. The Twins only use 3 pitchers. Now, I know it's lefty, righty, combination because you want to change, because you want to keep yourself, the players, lefty versus lefty, righty versus righty. But the base on balls, they have 5 base on balls, which is not bad in the whole 9-inning game. But they did strike out a lot. The Orioles did strike out a lot. And that's one of my concerns with the Orioles. And we have great strikeout too. We strike out 12 Minnesota Twins. So, and by the way, we strike out 5 times. Let me apologize. But 5 times and then 16 yesterday, which is a total amount. So I'm happy with seeing with the team, when it comes to run the scoring position today, they finally woke up. I'm happy for them, to be honest with you. Very happy for them. Finally, they did what they have to do. They won the game. That's the most important thing. Now, let's see what they could do with a team that's actually hitting the ball pretty good, the Texas Rangers. Their runs lately against Philadelphia, 8-3 today. They scored 5 yesterday, and they beat Philadelphia. And then the opening day against Philadelphia, they scored 3 runs. So the team could score runs, okay? They could score runs. That's my only concern with the baseball team. So, God, Raptors just beat the Magics by 52 points. Whew. Welcome to the NBA. If you guys missed it, I have a new introduction. So, and if you missed it, Aquavale, this is the new one I'm doing. That is my new introduction. Then I finally will get the be back soon. And thank you, all that. I'm keeping it plain and simple. And hopefully I could work on it. This is something I should have been working on day one, and I didn't. But, starting the year. But that's what I'm going to do. But anyhow, baseball's early. Only 3 games into the season now. So you got 159 games to go. So it's a long season. It's early. Anything could happen. The Yankees, out to a 3-0 start. And by the way, some of these teams, baseball teams, don't play their first opening game until next week. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I would like to add, the Dolphins, the logos and all that. But I said, nah, I'm going to leave it simple. I guess I'm going to leave it simple. I'm not going to, do all that. So, all right. So tomorrow's game, Texas at Baltimore, Minnesota at Kansas City. So that'll be opening day for Kansas City. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. I guess Pittsburgh will be on the road. They're not going to go home yet for the opening game. You got White Sox at Miami. You got Colorado and Toronto. The Athletics at Atlanta. Angels at the Cubs still tomorrow. Tampa will visit Milwaukee. So Tampa is not even going home yet. So Tampa will still be on the road. The Mets at St. Louis. Boston at Houston. The Yankees also will be on the road. They play Seattle. So they don't have their home field opening day either. So all these teams don't have their opening day yet. then San Francisco at San Diego, Cleveland at Dodgers, Detroit at Arizona. So basically, a lot of these teams will not see their home opener until the following week, probably, or 3 days, depending what their schedule is. And that's tough, man. That's tough to do, especially when you play on the road and you start on the road. The Orioles start at home, which I'm shocked, and then they stay home, but then they got a road to hit after Texas, and it's not an easy road either. So, and when I look at their schedule, they got a tough schedule coming up. To be honest with you, because after they play the Texas Rangers, we get into April, which is a 3-game series. They'll be on the road for the Pirates, which I guess that's the Pirate home opener against the Orioles. And they go to the White Sox. Then they come back home and face the Giants. So the schedule is here for baseball. Yeah, I did this tonight. I'm just going to be here probably for 30 more minutes, 9 o'clock, because I had to go to work. I just came up with the baseball thing. I do have to talk about, I saw Dirk tonight with Ace per head. He had a good thing about the Dolphins, the draft. It was good. You should look at the video. I guess Curtis Curtis got the wrong time. There's a time differential, but that happens. That happens to me too. But they had a good time, and I have my mock draft again. What are the Dolphins going to do? That's what I'm looking at probably tomorrow night when I come from work. Probably 7 o'clock. I got to get myself on the schedule here and try to make these because we're only month away from 3 weeks away from draft day. So I want to keep that up, man. See, it's hard when you do all this. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Baseball, football, and basketball, and which is fine. I'm okay with it. Yeah, yeah, it was good. I saw it. I answered a couple of things, but I mean, I know there were, their knowledge is better than my knowledge. To be honest with you, they look at numbers and stats and all that. I don't look at IQs and QRs, or you want to call it PR, or whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. I am more of a, I look at players and stats and number. It's until you put the uniform and you play the game, right? So, and that's my opinion. Everybody has their different opinion. So, and right now, I mean, I made my list of the Dolphins mock draft, and hopefully, I could be wrong because we just don't know who Miami's going to pick. To be honest with you, you know. So, but that's going to be for me on Monday night. I'm going to go Monday night. What I need to know, Aquaville, is how to get my thing here to go live with other people, so people could join me on my channel. I would like to do that, and I know it's something to do with it. Yeah, and that's what it is, Aquaville. When you got a full-time job, it's hard, man. It is so difficult to do. You know, I know numbers go up and down. You know what I do for everybody? I think I did it for you too. I did a playlist on your stuff, all the video games that you played, and that helps you a lot, and it helps you increase your hours and your time, and that's good to have. Uh, but it's just the time that you got to spend here. See, today I see no lag. I see the thing working fine. I put everything up to date, and so far there's nothing happening with the computer. Thank God. I don't want to jinx myself, but I did a couple of things with OBS. Videos look good. The sound look good. They took my helmet off, my earphone, not my helmet, my earphone. So yeah, it is. I mean, I will cover the Dolphins this year regardless because this is a year of evaluation. We're going to evaluate what Miami has. Let's be honest with you guys, and that's why I want to keep it like that. You just evaluate to see what we have. Listen. I'm still. I won't say doubting about A Chain. If they're going to clean house, they're going to clean house. If they're going to rebuild this team, they're going to rebuild this team. Yeah, it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But listen, finally we got something done, and that's what the fans wanted. Something done in Miami, and it was done. And I just didn't knew that it was going to be this fast. You know what Sullivan and Jeff did. I didn't know it was going to be this fast. Everybody said, "Well, George," I said, "Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought that with all these salary cap and all the money that they had. I mean, let's be honest. I call this he pulled a miracle. Now in 2027, 2028, we're gonna have money up the yin yang, and this is where I think we probably take off. Who knows? You know, I mean, I'm not gonna jinx the Dolphins' color in the Super Bowl this year because that's what everybody's watching now. Oh, those are Dolphin colors. Well, and listen, I was looking at something today that really, I won't say shocked me, but all the names that are gone and all the salary that with Tua and Chubbs and Daniels that we got from Pittsburgh, the guy that never played, the offensive tackle guy. I mean, we had money just wasted, and that's the truth. I mean, I think Greer didn't got smart, and neither did McDaniel, which probably it's not McDaniel's fault, but yeah, well, they say 2028 might be over 200 million, and I was looking at it, that'd be great. That'd be great. That would be great. I mean, that would help the team a lot, to be honest with you. If that happens. Well, all that money that they could have and save for 2028, I think, I mean, for 27, 28, it'll be great for the team. It'll be great. But yeah, once again, the Orioles did won today, 8-6. I gave the score earlier. Listen, it's only 3 games of baseball, 159 to go. But we talk a little bit of Dolphins here. I mean, we add a little bit of Dolphin here too. So we just have to wait, see what happens. Let's be honest. We just have to wait, see what happens with this team. What the Solomon has to do. Yeah, I just and I don't feel bad about it. I just I don't want to. What's the word I want to use to make it sound better? I don't want to excite myself and say, "Hey, man," because we have to face reality, and this is real. And I mean, look at my brother. He's a Dolphin fan. He's 100% Dolphin fan. And the moment we got Tyreek Hill, the moment that year that we got all these players, John Smith, and we added Ramsey and all that so much. Oh man, we're Super Bowl bound. We got a team. We're gonna do this. Everything just disappeared and melted. That's the way I see it. I'm like the what's the Disney the movie from Disney? My gosh, God, what's the name of the princess that cold and hot weather? And I forgot the name of it. My wife was talking about it today, and I said, "Let it go, let it go," and that's what the dolphin did. Let it go. So that's what I told him. Okay, I just saw a little bit of lagging on my side. Everything was going well until there it goes. It dropped the frame. You might not see it, but I just saw it. And that could be my internet connection. It just went down completely. It's now in red. There we go. And that could be a possibility because of the YouTube. That's weird. That is weird. Wow. That is weird. All right, fans. So we're talking about Oriole baseball, but now we'll open up and we could talk about the Miami Dolphins. What do you think about the Dolphins? I mean, we could do that. I was going to do baseball only, but hey, listen, let's be fair. I am a sport channel, so we could talk whatever we want. So now my lagging just started, so I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. It's the most weird thing I've ever seen. Don't know if you're still there. I'm just watching my phone, see what if I'm losing any connection, but I guess not. All right, let me see here. Yeah, I can see it. Well, I guess this is where. Oh yeah, hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Orioles won today, so good thing 2-1. So early season. By the way, against your Twins. So that's See, so it is lagging. I don't know what's going on. Let me see something here. Okay, your stream, your output. All right, let me see what happens here. That is crazy. All right, let me try it one more time. Ooh, it went dead. Okay, stream. Output video. Output. Okay. I'm just checking to see what's wrong with the video. Wow, this is terrible, man. Are you still there, Aquaville? Yeah, but I mean, on my side, it's just terrible. I'm still in red. Wow, look at the video. Well, I guess it went down completely. Let me see something here. Yeah, I can see it already. I can see it. I mean, it is bad. It is completely bad. See, this is what I don't like about streaming. I mean, you go in there and this is what you get. This is what I don't like. I'm gonna try something here. Wow, that's crazy. But you know what's weird? I have it. It won't lag, and it's lagging. I'm gonna try something. Let me try something here. Hold on. I'm gonna try something here. Here we go. Wow. This is terrible, man. Listen, I got great computers, great everything, great Wi-Fi, and I don't know what in the heck is going on. And this is why I don't like to go straight through YouTube. Because if I go straight to YouTube, that's what happens. Let me go to YouTube, see what happens. God, it's terrible. It says OBS disconnected and reconnecting. That's crazy, man. Well, let me exit here, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize once again. Video messed up again big time. I have no idea why, but I guess I'll come back some other time. Thank you for watching.